Hey guys, it's Garrett. I just wanted to let you know before you start the episode, me and Grant tried a new recording device for this one, and there's a little bit of feedback on the audio that I found when I was editing it. And I tried to fix it. There wasn't really anything I could do. So next episode, we're going to go back to the old system until we find a way to fix what we tried this one. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know. Sorry about that. I realize it's a problem. Won't happen again. Hopefully you guys can still enjoy the episode.
And you got me that way, and I'm wondering if I came on too strong, walking side by side and backwards down the steps.
Well, we're back.
Hey, we are.
We're live, Grant.
We are live. Back,
live.
back at it. The BCBP.
Live pre-recorded. So here's the thing. We've been gone for how long? A couple months?
More than that, yeah, like a month, 2.5 months.
Oh, why were we gone so long? I forget.
I don't know. I was kind of in pacing a lot, but I mean, we probably could have found time.
That's true. I think we mentioned that on the last episode that Grant was doing a project in Payson, and he was basically there all month because that is what Grant is wont to do, just to work on a project for
I wasn't there that long,
forever.
but it was a while.
It was a while.
And I'm still not done.
But regardless of that, we are back with the Blue Collar Business Podcast, episode 21. So here's the thing, everybody. I think things are going to change on the podcast.
Okay.
It's pretty exciting news.
All right.
The exciting news is that we don't really have any goals anymore. We're just kind of doing whatever we want.
With the podcast?
Yeah. I don't know if we ever really did, though.
Yeah.
So I guess nothing really has changed.
Just see how it went.
But in my mind, it's changed because now we have no ambition and no...
I've been there, man.
I'm just kidding.
That's most things.
No, I think we're just going to kind of talk about whatever we want, whatever we find interesting. So this episode, we're going to kind of do a refresher because it's been so friggin' long.
Okay.
And then I don't know what we'll do next episode. We'll have to talk about it. Maybe we could talk about it on the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll come up with some ideas. We always come up with something.
Yeah.
We always will.
We can just rant on about stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just dive into it. We got to start with what we always start with. What have you been working on, Grant? I know you've been working on a lot of things because it's been so long.
It's
So
been a
how about
while,
you just
so-
give me like a couple highlights?
Well, I am now the shower guy.
Oh, the shower guy.
I do showers now.
I didn't know that was your thing.
That's not at all. I don't really love tile work after all this.
Oh.
I never really did. But I took on 3 different showers.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And, well, they've taken a long time because I'm good at it. I'm just incredibly slow at it, which is most things I do. I was listening to this guy on YouTube, and he said specialization is for insects. So,
What?
Got to be general. So that kind of gave me some
What are you saying?
He's saying like specialization is for insects. They only do one thing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard somebody say that before.
Yeah.
So
But
you're not an insect.
But we're generalists.
So you do
we
whatever you
all
want.
kinds of stuff, yeah.
So now you are a shower guy.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean I'm quick at anything, but
Nobody asked you to be.
it is kind of fun, doing different stuff, so.
Do people complain about how slow you are?
I mean, I'm sure they feel it. They haven't voiced it to me much, but
They're just passive
Yeah.
about it?
yeah.
Anyone ever been passive aggressive toward you about how slow you are?
Not really.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I
That's
mean,
good.
They might talk to their spouse about me and like, what is this guy doing? But
Do you know what he's doing?
not in front of me,
Did
so
he do anything today?
I don't even know about it.
They look at your product before the day starts and after it ends, and they're like,
I
"Did he
hope-
do anything?"
I hope they don't take notes of that, because some days it's like, what? No, I was working on. Have you ever used or heard of like the Schluter-Curdy system for showers? Have you heard of that?
Nope. Wait, Schluter is that like metal stuff that goes on the edge of tile, right?
That's what I call it, and it's a brand name, but
Oh.
that's what I call it. Yeah, it's like those corner pieces for tile.
Okay.
But yeah, they also make a bunch of other stuff, and they make like a waterproofing system for showers.
Oh, and that's what you've been doing?
Yeah. Well, this last shower I was working on, I was trying that out for my first time.
Is it expensive?
It's It's a little more expensive, but it's I think it's a little bit less work compared to like a traditional way I've seen it done.
Is it like a top of the line scenario?
Well, the stuff is made out of foam, so I don't know if it's like top of the line, but it works.
Huh.
But yeah, so it took me a while because I was learning that system and figuring out how to make that work. I kind of, one of the days I was like installing this waterproof, it's like a plastic membrane thing to waterproof the shower. And I just didn't install it right, and I had to rip it off and clean everything and start over. So
that's pretty
ran
fun.
into some issues like that, but it was kind of cool to get to learn that.
So now that you're the shower guy, is this going to be your system from here on out?
Oh, like to use that Schluter system?
Yeah, the Schluter system.
I think it kind of convinced me because it's. I think if I ever do it again, I'll be a lot quicker at it. Hopefully. And,
Hopefully. Well,
it seemed to work really well, so I think I probably would use it again. Yeah, definitely for like shaping a shower tray, like the floor section of it.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I've never attempted to do that like traditionally, where you like pour concrete, not concrete, but like it's like a leveling kind of floor mud or whatever it's called. And it just looks incredibly hard. So I don't want to ever attempt that. In this system, you don't have to do that. So
that's nice. Yeah, I got one of those next week, and I'm gonna hire someone to do the floor, like the whatever you said, the shower pan part. Because
that's a good idea.
I've never done it before. So.
I've seen some people do it, and it just looks. I don't know. It just seems like you have to do it a lot to be good at it, and I've never ever done it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have him do it, and I'll see what he does, see if I can learn. So I'll let you know how that goes.
So yeah, I'm the shower guy now. So that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to many things. I've been extremely busy.
That's good.
And hold on, wait, real quick. I want to make sure this audio is working. Let me pause and we can reset. Sorry about that. We're back. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said we're back because the audience is not going to hear any break.
Yeah, we're back.
Sorry.
Anyway, what have you been up to?
Let's see. Many things. Been extremely busy. Maybe too busy. I think I told you, I don't know, whenever we did the last podcast, that I was so slow I almost threw in the towel.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, you've been super busy now.
Things have changed.
Last time it was like your
business is booming
out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was just really slow because I was out of work for a couple months because I got sick for a whole month with pneumonia, and then we had our baby, so that I took a month off. So it was like 2 whole months of me not working, and I think that was just so long that people forgot about me.
Right, you just had to say no to stuff and
get
back to you on it.
And then it was just kind of everything just paused. But now that I'm back into it, it seems to be really picking up. And I kind of changed my approach. I feel like we talk on the show so much about, or at least I do, not necessarily you, but I talk about, oh, well, yeah, I want to have this goal for how much I charge per hour, and I want to make this much. And I just kind of threw that out the window.
What, like kind of tracking that stuff?
Well, not necessarily tracking it, but I just don't really care anymore. Like, I was like, oh, I only want to try and take on jobs where I make like $80 an hour or more. No, I'm like, I don't care.
You'll just take.
If I make $30 an hour, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not ideal.
I've kind of always felt that way. I mean, I'd always like to make more, but
yeah,
I don't know. That's more the stage I've been at. It's just I don't have that many job options, so I just take on whatever comes at me, and I just give them my best kind of affordable price. And usually it means I don't end up making a ton of money because I'm so slow, but
that's all right.
I'm still making a good amount.
I had this realization because somebody asked me to paint a studio apartment, and they'd asked me to do a similar thing before, and I did it before, and I made, I don't remember, like $25 or $30 an hour. Like, it wasn't great, and I remember thinking, I'm never doing this again. Like, if they asked me, I'm never going to do it again. Then they asked me again, and I was like, I think I should say no. And then I was like, I don't have that much work coming in. I think I should just say yes. And I only made like $30 an hour. But it was out in the middle of downtown Phoenix, and it was like I really enjoyed the job. Like, it was painting a whole studio apartment all by myself out in the city in this apartment complex, and I just loved it. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just a me thing, but I like being out in the city. And
do you like painting?
I really like the painting. Yeah.
Okay.
I was spraying. Yeah. Spraying's kind of fun.
Yeah, it can be.
So anyway, I had like such a good time, and then I realized I didn't. This is probably my least like profitable job I've done in a while, but like my most fun.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not the end of the world if I'm not making as much as I necessarily would hope. Now, you know, I have to make money because like I have a house and you know I gotta pay bills.
Yeah.
But I think I was stressing out about too much about I'm not making enough, and I think what's actually ended up happening is I've just not cared so much about my like making as much as I set my goal toward, and now I have way more work, and so I'm actually making more money. I mean, I'm working more, so there's that, but I am making a lot more money. So I think this is my new strategy. It's just I'm not going to try and like not make money, but I'm just not stressing about it anymore.
You're okay with some of the lower paying jobs?
Yeah, if I make, you know, a couple bucks an hour, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Also, I did what you told me never to do.
What's that?
I painted kitchen cabinets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You told me that was a bad idea.
Not very fun and a lot of work.
So I did that, and it went really, really bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you were right.
Yeah, I'm never doing them again.
I would do them again.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know if I want to get into it. It was really annoying.
Yeah, you did tell me before.
Yeah, I told you a little bit about it.
And it sounded very frustrating. So.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I was just like, oh, Grant's gonna tell me he was right.
Yeah.
He said it was a bad idea.
Steer clear of cabinet painting.
Okay, what else? Oh, we also got to end the show with our final question, obviously.
You have one?
I think I got one.
Okay,
I'm pretty
great.
sure I wrote one down a while back. Oh, yeah, I got one. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But another thing I wanted to say was something that happened to me last week. I keep doing a lot of estimates. I don't know if you do estimates much, but I'm sick of doing estimates. I did an estimate last week.
No, I don't do that many.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what I got myself into. I told this lady, yeah, I'll swing by the house, check out the job. It was like 45 minutes away.
Oh.
I'm there for 10 minutes. And then, what, do you need to take that call? Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, I was there for 10 minutes to look at the job. Like it was resealing, like, the countertops, like where the backsplash meets the countertop. And they put grout instead of like a silicone. And so it just like was cracking everywhere. So they wanted me to reseal it with like a silicone seal instead of grout. So it was that, and then switching out a GSGI outlet. Like, it was pretty simple stuff. So, you know, I drove 45 minutes there, 45 minutes home. So it was like a long portion of my day just gone for this.
Yeah,
and then they didn't even
just
say
to
yes.
Tell them numbers and not do any
I like
work.
didn't even bid them that much. Like, it was pretty generous. And they still said no. And so I'm like, what a waste of my time. Like, there's got to be a better way than like going out to people's house. Like, because here's my problem. I usually try to just say, hey, can you send me pictures?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, did you just not?
Well, the thing was, is she's like, what was an older person, and I don't know. It's like sometimes older people can't figure out. Like usually they can figure out pictures, but she was just like, I don't know. Like she called me, you know, that she didn't text me. Like you can tell that it's not going to be great as far as getting picture estimates when they're calling you instead of texting you.
Ancient landline.
Yeah.
Still hooked up somewhere in the house.
So I was like, all right, I think I'm going to have to go out to this one because she's like, oh, there's a few things I just need to show you. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then after I'm done, I'm like, I'm never doing this again. But I don't really know a way around it. But I mean, it's just like I spent so much of my day out there, and then
that stinks.
and then I get home and I'm trying to work out the estimate, and I'm like, well, I want to give them pretty low because I already put all this time into going there, so I want to get the job, and then I'm not really like giving them the price that I would necessarily otherwise do. Like I would probably go them a little higher.
But because I already have all this effort put into it, like I really wanted to get the job. So it's just like a whole host of reasons why I shouldn't do it, but I don't really know another way.
I mean, what do you think? Maybe just not take jobs that are that far away, or
I don't know.
I don't
It's
really know
kind
what I
of
would
hard.
do different, but
It's kind of hard because it's like I feel like sometimes you have to do estimates, but there's nothing worse than spending an hour to like get a job and then not getting it. It's just like horrible. But maybe that's just part of life in this business.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't think I've really experienced that. I mean, I really haven't done like that many estimates. I mean, not that I remember
Yeah.
doing a lot last year. I feel like I just did like a lot of larger jobs, I guess. So
I think I'm just going to do everything I possibly can to say, can you please send me pictures? Maybe I should just tell people I try my best not to do estimates. Like maybe I could just be transparent and be like, I don't do many estimates in person. So if you could send me pictures, otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, I'm just not coming over.
well, I mean,
Depending
I don't
on
know
how
if
far it
people
is.
even do it anymore, but I kind of remember. Well, there's probably some places that like charge you to come out, even if you don't like hire them or something.
Yeah, but
It seems weird,
crazy.
yeah. But I don't know. Maybe
I
if
feel like that would scare people away.
there's certain, yeah, that's what I would think. But maybe if there's like certain scenarios, that might be your only option. Is like, okay, this is the only way this might be worth it.
Yeah. Or maybe if it's within 15 minutes, all right, I'll do it. But if it's beyond that, I'll just tell them, hey, it's too far for me to do an in-person estimate. I guess I could do that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that would be one of the only solutions.
Or tell them I
to
can
that
do it,
specific
but
problem.
we'll have to charge you for the estimate. Maybe that's what you're saying. That's not a
right.
bad
That's
idea.
what I'm saying. Yeah. If it's like that scenario again, you just have to tell them in advance that you might have to charge just for the estimate.
Okay. I think I'm going to try that because I was just really fed up with estimates this week. Like, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but there was 2 estimates I did that were over a 40-minute drive. And I was just thinking this should not be happening.
Yeah. Well, if you run into any like weird, crazy scenarios or anything, or you learn anything the last couple months?
Oh yeah. I just started like saying yes to every job that comes my way. Cause, like for example, I'm doing a shower next week. I mean, I've done a few, like I've worked on showers, but I've never done like a full shower remodel by myself. Like I think I've done some with you, but never by myself. And
I wouldn't recommend it.
well, yeah. But I was just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say yes to it because,
Yeah.
like, it's gonna push me to figure out how to do that kind of thing. And for me, like, eventually I'd like to figure out a way to grow my business and maybe hire somebody. And that's never gonna happen if I don't have enough work, and that's never gonna happen if I don't just start saying yes to a lot of the stuff that comes my way and kind of stretch myself to figure it out. Because, like, it's been a little stressful and it's been challenging to, like, I'm like, I don't know how to do a shower pan. Like, I'm not good at doing the plumbing for showers. So I'm like, I guess I can't do that job. But then I'm like, I think I am going to do that job because worst happens, I can hire a plumber to do it. Worst happens, I can find somebody who knows how to do shower pans, and I just go out there and find it and make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's been working. So that's my bit of wisdom I've gained.
Yeah, no,
lately.
that's good. I should probably take something from that because I'm getting kind of tired of how long I'm taking on some of these jobs. So, like, maybe I should just hire out some of this stuff.
Just like part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I hired somebody to help me sand the cabinets that I was painting. And like it was so helpful to not have to do that.
That was
hours and hours.
a great idea because that is the worst part.
Yeah.
I mean, the one time I did cabinets, it was like the sanding was by far the worst part.
Yep. So I'm really glad I didn't have to do that. So stuff like that, I think I'm going to keep doing. Now, it doesn't make sense if I don't have enough work. Like if I only have like 2 jobs a given week and I hire someone to do one of them, then, you know, I'm just not making any money. But if I have a lot of jobs, like when I had the guy sanding the cabinets, I went out to a couple other jobs the 2 days he was there doing that. So it was like a no-brainer for me because he was getting work done, I'm getting work done. So I was still making good money. That's something I've learned. Nothing really crazy has happened.
Okay.
I don't think so. Anything to you?
Oh no, I do want to bring this up though. I want to put a shout out to the company DeWalt Tools.
Oh yeah,
I
I agree with you.
No, so I did some work for a guy that you and I know, Justin Burke. He hooked me up with a brand new DeWalt tool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was doing some new plumbing work with. Have you heard of like?
Does he work for DeWalt or something?
He works for DeWalt. Yeah.
Jealous.
So he got this like show tool, and he was able to let me have it.
So is this a sponsor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it like it is. It's not really, but I'm just like so grateful for it. It's like a great tool.
Wait, is it like a new product? Like, what's the tool?
So yeah, it was. I've done some plumbing work with PEX before. With like do you know like anything about those kind of like PEX,
just a little
PEX
bit.
A or PEX B or something?
Nope. I guess I don't.
So yeah, I worked with. I think it's PEX B. It's like you use little crimp rings and you like smush them on the plastic and for the fittings. And I've worked with that, and I have tools for that, but I don't love doing it. It's kind of slow, and I feel like it's not ideal. I don't know, but I've heard really good things about like the PEX A is like an expansion kind of plastic, so you expand the end of it and then slide it over the fitting, and then
I've
then
seen
it
videos
shrinks
of that. Yeah.
and it's like a super tight seal.
Oh, you don't even
and it's
put
got
like
a 50-year
clamp
warranty.
over it?
No, you just expand the plastic. So I needed this tool to expand the plastic.
Yeah.
To use it, and it's just like a bunch of metal teeth that expand and contract, and it's really cool.
Huh.
So I got to use that for the first time. I've never worked with that kind of PEX, that expansion PEX.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and this tool is like it's just great. Yeah, it's so fast.
Wow, thank you, DeWalt.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
already
really
a big
cool.
fan of DeWalt.
It's also better than the other PEX I worked with because it expands the pipe, so there's more volume of water that can fit through each fitting because they're larger. So it's just better. It's just better in a lot of ways. So
okay.
I've always wanted to work with it. I just didn't have the tools for it, and
Yeah.
now I do. So
Oh, cool.
it's really cool.
Well, something weird, I guess. I've been really sleepy all the time.
Okay.
So I've been drinking way more coffee.
Yeah, it's like I'm sure I know what you fixed that with.
Like way more coffee. I actually bought caffeine pills on Amazon. And then I was
I've
like,
always wanted to try those. Do they work?
I don't know if it's a good idea. They're like 250 milligrams.
That's just like
I
a
just
lot.
have them in my car like as backup in case I forget some coffee and I'm just dying at somebody's house.
Yeah.
I only took it once and it was pretty powerful. Like I felt pretty good for a while. But I'm worried that I'm like
Gonna get hooked on caffeine pills.
well, that's too late, but I'm worried that it's going to stop working.
Oh, I see. If you
Like, I don't want to raise my tolerance to where I guess it doesn't matter. I could take like
could just
5
keep
pills
going
at
up,
once.
yeah.
Is that possible? Is it going to ruin my body?
I've heard like too much caffeine is like can be catastrophic for your heart, but I don't know.
Wait, really?
I don't know the science or anything. I feel like I've read that somewhere.
Oh, well, now I'm worried. I didn't think there was a limit.
For caffeine?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a drug, so yeah, you shouldn't have
It's
too
not like
much
you can
of it.
overdose.
I think you can on caffeine.
No way.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think it'd be unlikely. You'd have to take a
Overdose.
ton, but
Wow. I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
I think you can. I doubt it's even an amount that you would even consider taking, like just by accident. But I'm
Here we
pretty
go,
sure
here
it
we
can
go.
happen.
Yes, you can overdose on caffeine. Let's see. Lethal dose.
How much is it?
10 grams for adults,
Okay, so
which is
200
about
milligrams is
about 100 cups of coffee.
yeah. Well, if each
But
one
in
of
much
those
lower doses, 1 to 2 grams, or about 10 to 20 energy drinks.
Well, yeah. How many? If those
That's-
pills are 200 milligrams, then that would be 2 grams. Would be 10 of them, right?
I don't know metric system. Is that real?
It's by thousands, so
Okay.
right. So it'd be it's doable.
I'm only going to do one, all right?
Okay.
Just one at a time.
But I think you're good regardless. That
I'm
takes a
fine.
lot.
That's a lot. 10 to 20 energy drinks. I think most I've had is like 3 in 24 hours, and I felt like a mental patient, so I don't think I'm going to do that again. All right. Well, anyway.
But it's been working, though, even though you've been tired?
Yeah, why did I bring that up?
You just said you've been tired lately, and you've been having more caffeine. Yeah.
Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, yeah, I don't know. I just been chugging caffeine to like be able to work better.
Nice.
Our kids still, Genevieve doesn't sleep through the night yet.
Oh, yeah.
She's almost 6 months old now. And so I feel like that's kind of messing with me.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
I can never get like a full night's sleep.
Yeah, that would...
Like originally I'm like, it's not that bad. But now
terrible.
I'm like, every single day I'm tired. And I'm like, I think this is wearing on me.
I'm sure it is. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's an understandable reason why you're so tired.
Oh my gosh, something else. Oh, I was looking at my notes here. This is really important to me. Okay, so our podcast for some reason is more popular than it's ever been, even though we took like 2 months off.
Yeah.
We have more listeners than ever. The episode about you is like our most popular episode for some reason.
Makes sense, yeah.
People love it.
Yeah.
But, okay, so Spotify has an app where if you have a podcast, you can track the analytics of like who listens, how many people listen, where they listen from. Now, Spotify's telling me that we have a good number of people listening from France and from Canada, somewhere else that's European.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like total BS.
Yeah, like how?
Right?
Are people just... I don't know. Maybe someone's just looking around for handyman podcasts.
I don't know. So I thought I should poll our audience. Like, if anyone is out here who's a European and they listen to this friggin' show,
Oh, yeah.
please email us at the bluecollarbusinesspodcast at Gmail and
Oh,
let
we
us
got an
know if
email
you're
now?
real. Yeah, we have an email.
Oh, sweet.
I put it in the description of the show,
I didn't even notice that.
but nobody ever emails it. But I'm telling you, please email us because I want to know if you're real.
Yeah.
Because I don't think at all that it's real. But I kind of want to call Spotify out on their BS if they're just making up stats.
It's just
and
not
I
even
have a
real.
hunch that it's all made up. So try to prove Spotify right, I guess, if you truly are listening from the European Union.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to hear from you if you're actually there.
Another thing is I've been doing a lot of advertising in Home Depot bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, that might be working.
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Put 'em in
so
stalls.
well, I printed a bunch of flyers a while back, and I usually put them up at like Home Depot on the light posts, and sometimes at gas stations. But there's not really any good place to put them up at gas stations, I found.
Just like right in front of the numbers on the screen there, so you can't.
So you could do that, but it probably lasts for 2 hours.
Yeah. But, you get that
wait,
first person
real
to
quick.
see it.
I have a tangent real quick about gas stations. I was at Circle K the other day. I got like, I don't know, some drink. I think I got a coffee and some like sandwich. I was sitting in my car eating it, and the guy from Circle K walks out and tells me I have to move my car. He's like, you can't sit here in your car and eat the food while you're at the pump. And meanwhile, there's nobody else.
Yeah,
at the pump.
like if there's a lot of people there,
I'm
I
like,
get it. But
it was really, like, it really annoyed me. Like, I was annoyed about it the whole day. Like, is that crazy that I was annoyed about that, or is that kind of weird that he did
no,
that?
I don't feel bad for spending any amount of time like parked at a pump if there's
It's one thing if it's
there's-
crowded.
Yeah, if there's
there
like
was one vehicle.
if there's like 2 or 3 pumps open, I don't care at all.
He walked out of the store all the way to my car, said, "Hey, you have to move out." I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." Oh, okay. Yeah, so that really got me riled up that day.
Yeah, that seems unnecessary.
Wait, okay, what was I talking about before? Oh, I was talking about the European Union. Oh no, the flyers.
the
oh
flyers
yeah.
in the bathrooms.
Oh yeah, I just want to get a shout out to if you're a listener from Home Depot bathroom stall.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I just want to say welcome
yeah.
because I've been putting up
Yeah.
in all the Home Depot
I
bathroom
just remember,
stalls.
was there any and that those analytics? Were there any listeners from Denmark?
Denmark?
Because I left a flyer like at the airport in Denmark.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Let me check real quick.
Or maybe it was Germany. I'm pretty sure it was on the way back in Denmark.
I guarantee all this is total BS anyway, but we'll check. Show all 11 countries. Canada, France, Australia, UK, Pakistan, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, New Zealand, Brazil.
Okay, so no.
Maybe
Or maybe Germany.
maybe Germany, yeah.
Maybe left it there and don't.
Maybe they don't really distinguish between Germany and Denmark on the analytics, on their fake analytics.
Yeah. So if you're from Germany and found a flyer in the airport, thanks for listening.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. Well, what do you have to say, Grant? Anything else we should discuss before we get to the final question?
You know how we're always shocking ourselves with electricity?
Yeah, it's fun.
So I don't know why I've never thought of this before, but I have some like thick rubber gloves that I use for plumbing work sometimes.
That doesn't work on electrical, right?
When it's like really gross. It was working. Yeah.
What?
I mean, they're pretty thick. I mean, not like hugely thick, you know, it's maybe like a millimeter, but it worked. I wasn't
Oh.
shocked. I mean, it was, it's just like a regular, 115 volt outlet.
I always
probably
figured that wouldn't do
15
anything.
amps, but it was working. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So I'm going to be doing that from now on so I don't get shocked anymore.
So you're just going to work on somebody's outlets with big yellow rubber
I-
gloves?
I don't think anyone would like mind that. I mean, it's electricity. People are usually scared
You
of
wouldn't
it.
feel insecure about
I
that?
wouldn't care at all. I mean, I would have felt like a superhero last time. It was like I was touching all these wires and like nothing's going on here. It was great.
They do kind of look like superhero gloves a little bit.
No, they
Maybe
look
not the
ridiculous.
yellow ones, but
They had these big blue ones. They look ridiculous, but
maybe they look cool. All right.
anyway. So that was a new thing I learned. I think it was a good idea.
Oh, here's another thing I wanted to mention on the show. Do you get texts from people trying to scam you for your business? Maybe
No.
not you because you don't have as much of an online presence with your
Yeah.
business.
No, I haven't got anything like that.
Do you have anything online?
No, I don't have.
Okay,
any.
well then I guess that wouldn't apply to you then. People find me on like Yelp or Google, and then they'll text me. And let me try to find the most recent one. It's a
they running,
pretty
like,
elaborate scam.
Running like Venmo or Zelle scams or something like that.
No, it's like
Well, I guess it doesn't make sense. Why would they want your money? So
this guy texted me a couple weeks ago on Tuesday, and like it seems like a normal like inquiry from like a normal person at first. But actually, as I read it, I'm like, this does seem odd. He says, "Hello, how you doing? Do you offer drywall repairs and do you accept a check?" I said, "Thanks for reaching out. Yes to both." And then he sent me some pictures of like some holes in the ceiling of some house that he wanted patched. So I'm like, "Oh, there's pictures. This seems like more legit."
okay, yeah.
So we text a little bit more, and then like I said, "Hey, can you send me a closer picture of like the texture in the drywall so I know like what tools to bring and like how much to quote you for, because it depends on what the texture is." And then he's like, "It doesn't matter. I'm not worried about the texture." I'm like, "You're not worried about it?"
What?
It's just like, "Yeah, it's okay." He says, "Just let me know how much you charge for labor and painting." I'm like, "Okay." Anyway, after a little while, I'm like, "Okay, this is clearly not a real person." But he sends a name, he sends an address, he sends pictures, and then let's see when it starts getting obvious that it's a scam. All right, so we put a time on the schedule. He said, "I need it done on next Thursday, the 20th of February." I said, "Yep, I have it on my calendar." He said, "Okay, I hope my property is in good hands. I need a clean and perfect job, which I hope you can provide."
The
I'm
robot,
like,
right?
people don't talk like that, right? Like nobody talks like that. And so I sent a thumbs up.
Those sound like those. Like, have you seen those like fake comments on YouTube that are just clearly written by bots?
Yeah, it
That's what
sounds like that.
like.
And then he says, "Sounds great. I've included an additional $1,000 to cover any emergencies, any unforeseen circumstances that may arise during the job, or potential tax-related expenses." I'm like, "What?" And I said, "Okay, so you're planning on paying me ahead of time because this is like the 5th time someone's trying to run this scam on me."
Okay.
Because they try to send you a check ahead of time, and then they'll take your bank account information and withdraw all your funds from your bank account once you cash the check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering like how it made sense, but okay.
So then he's like, "Yes, I'll pay you ahead of time." I'm like, "Okay, this is a scam." And then I just try to mess with them, and I just like, I said eventually I was like, Thank you for this opportunity. I promise I won't disappoint you. Thank you, Robbie, because he told me his name is Robert. And then he just keeps trying to ask me to do a good job. And he tried to call me. I said, sorry, I don't have time to talk right now. Can we talk Friday? And he says this. I'm like, oh, Robbie, I can't wait to talk to you and hear your voice. and he's like, I said, can we still talk tomorrow, Robbie? And I said, a laughy face, and he didn't respond to that. So I think
you can't talk.
I think he realized that I caught on to him. But the first time this happened to me, I got to the point where he sent a check in the mail, and I almost cashed it. Like I had it out, and I was going to cash it. But then I was like, this feels so weird. It was like he told me that it was going to be, he's going to send me the check for all the stuff up front so I could buy all the extra materials. They usually try to tell you that they're sending you extra money so that you can give funds to somebody else who's going to buy materials. Like it's very involved.
Weird, yeah.
And so I was about to cash it, and I'm like, this just seems so weird. So I just threw the check in the trash and just called it a day. And I found out about this scam later on, that it's like a thing people do.
Okay, thanks for telling me about it. I've never heard about this kind of scam.
Yeah, this is probably
I didn't
the fifth
know
time.
it was possible to get money from a check. Like I didn't know it worked both ways.
It was a cashier's check, so I don't know if that's different. I'd never seen a cashier's check before.
I just thought, how would they get your info?
I don't know how it works, but apparently they wouldn't do it for no reason.
No, I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
And when I
clearly
heard
doesn't
about
seem
it,
like a
I
real
forget what
person.
I heard it on some podcast. But that's what they said. It was like once you cash a check, that's when they'll empty your account. That's what they do.
That's good to know. Yeah, that's so weird.
But yeah, the first time they almost got me. I was pretty close. But now the last few times they do it, I just try to lead them on for just as long as I can.
Yeah,
And
just mess with them.
Call them pet names and see if they'll.
Hey, Robbie.
Yeah. Anyway, just something to be aware of.
That is good to know. Yeah, I didn't know about that. So are you I mean, I guess you'll still accept checks if you know the person, but.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to.
Yeah, if I meet them and all.
Checks from the mail.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. It's been a while. Should we move on to the final question? Do you have any other thoughts?
No.
Oh,
not
wait,
really.
but real quick. What should we talk about, next podcast episode? Got any ideas?
Oh,
Some things?
I don't know. I always like talking about just kind of, I don't know, maybe how stuff works or something, plumbing or something. I don't know. This is all stuff I like, so
Yeah.
that's just a thought that comes to mind. But
What specifically?
I don't know. It's just something that came to mind. I'm not sure.
All right, that's great.
Yeah. I had something written down, but
I don't know. I kind of just have random bullet points that I write down, and just kind of like this. I just want to bring them up and see what you think about it.
okay.
So I don't know. That's kind of my approach, because I like just kind of originally the goal for the podcast was people being motivated to start their own businesses through kind of living vicariously through us. So I think it's still, I enjoy just us talking about how our businesses are going day to day, week to week. So I like to focus on that. Because, sometimes it's going good, sometimes it's going terrible. Like last episode, I said I was going to throw in the towel. And now,
Yeah.
and now business is booming. So this is the ups and downs of running a business. So I think people will be.
Yeah, I think that's
It'd be
good
good to
for
know.
any listener who is interested in or looking for help or just interested in how one of these little small handyman businesses works and how it's like to actually do it.
Yeah.
I had a small idea that was written down. I doubt it could last a whole show, but it was kind of opportunity costs of
Okay.
different products or something. If you clean paint rollers, should you do that? Should you just toss them, even though it seems wasteful?
yeah.
Just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure I could think of other examples like that, but that kind of thought process.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to read my final question, and it doesn't make any sense.
That's good. I thought you said you had a good one.
I'm like trying to. Sometimes I write notes to myself, and I think I'll understand it later, and then I read it, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, man, I wish I had put a little more details in here. Okay, it says, what's something you've done that's horribly embarrassing? But I didn't really give any specifics.
Yeah.
That's pretty broad.
It is pretty broad.
I assume it's related to work,
Yeah.
but I don't know, nothing really comes to my mind on that, so we should just do a different question.
Okay.
So here's another question we could do. What do you, if you were living in the European Union,
Okay.
and you wanted to listen to a podcast, what podcast do you think you'd listen to?
Like it's got to be local or something in Europe.
Or just any podcast?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Like, it just seems like what podcasts what I listen to.
Well, the answer is our podcast, because we have so many European Union listeners.
Oh, that's so genius.
Wow, you didn't get that one.
I thought it was like a real question.
That was the worst joke I ever came up with.
Sorry, I should have caught on to that.
I'm glad you
Our
did.
podcast.
Honestly.
I would totally listen to our podcast if I was in the European Union.
All right, we're gonna wrap up here because that was the worst ending to the show that has ever happened. So sorry about that, folks. We'll see you.
That's
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows when we'll see you again?
Okay.
Our flyers that I put up in the handicap stall at Home Depot says that we have new episodes every Monday. That's not happening.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll try for that.
okay.
So, all right. Like and subscribe, everybody.
Let us know if you're out there also.
Leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
And you got me that way.